My dear students, I welcome you once again in the lecture series for the subject Financial Accounting, Paper 1 for Semester 1. In the last lecture, we were discussing the Unit 3, which is Consignment Accounts. I, Dr. Supriya Sogule, welcome you once again for today's lecture. Today we are going to discuss about the journal entries in the books of consignor and journal entries in the books of consignee. In the last lecture we have seen the introduction, background for consignment and how consignment is different from sales. We have discussed a lot about how consignment is different from a normal sale. In sale, there is a change of ownership from the seller to the buyer. But in consignment, the goods are dispatched for sale on behalf of owner or manufacturer to the agent. So there is no transfer of ownership in consignment. Consignor is the owner or manufacturer of the goods. So in the books of consignor, there is a need to pass journal entries for consignment transactions. So today we are going to discuss journal entries, and later on those are posted in the books of consignor as ledger accounts. So first in the books of consignor, transaction is taken for the discussion is for goods sent on consignment. Friends, when goods are sent on consignment, that time consignment account is debited and goods sent on consignment account is credited. We know that goods means a real account, okay, and consignment is a nominal account. Therefore, consignment is debited and goods which are gone from the consignor, that is credited. Second transaction is for expenses paid by consignor. Now cash is gone from the consignor. Cash is a real account. Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Cash is credited, consignment account is debited. So entry will be consignment account debit to cash or bank account. Third is for receipt of cash or bill as an advance from the consignee. Now consignor is receiving cash. Okay. So debit what comes in, cash or bank account debit, or suppose he receives bill, then bills receivable account debit to consignee's account. Fourth transaction is if the bill is discounted, the bill which we earlier received, that bill is discounted, and if as we discount bill there is a loss is discount amount. The loss of discount is generally charged to consignment, for which an entry is passed, that is consignment account debit to discount account. So one note should be considered: if the loss of discount is treated as financial loss, it is not charged to consignment account. When it is considered as loss on consignment, then only it is to be considered or posted to consignment account. Okay. Now next transaction is for expenses incurred by consignee and commission payable to consignee. Both are expenses but incurred or borne by consignee. So entry will be consignment account debit to consignee account. Here cash is not paid by consignor. It is paid by consignee, and consignee is going to keep amount aside from the sale proceed. Directly consignor is not paying the amount to the consignee. Okay. So entry will be consignment account debit to consignee's account. Next is for sale made by consignee. Sale effected by consignee. So entry will be consignee's account debit to consignment account. Consignee's account debit to consignment account. In the last lecture we have seen there is a commission which is called as Dale Crader Commission. It is given for the loss which arises from bad debts. When the sale is made on credit basis, that time there is a chance of bad debts. If Dale Crader Commission is not given, the entry for loss of bad debts will be consignment account debit to consignee account, because consignee has made credit sale. Note should be considered here that if Dale Crader Commission is given to the consignee, no entry for bad debts is required to be passed in the books of consignor, because there will be no loss. Commission is already charged. Next entry is for discount allowed to customers by consignee. Entry will be consignment account debit to consignee account. Next transaction is for stock of goods lying with consignee, that is unsold goods. Entry will be consignment stock account debit to consignment account. So closing stock is credited to consignment account. Now, as all transactions get posted, consignment will result in profit or loss. If there is a profit on consignment, entry will be consignment account debit to profit and loss account. And if there is a loss, entry will be reversed. That will be profit and loss account debit to consignment account. With this entry, consignment account get closed. Okay. Then consignee is going to settle some final dues. Consignee has made sale and he has sale proceeds. What he is going to do? He is going to deduct his expenditure and commission, and remaining sale amount is going to be given in the form of cash, check or bills receivable to the consignor. So, if consignee has settled final dues by way of cash or bill, then entry will be cash or bank account debit or bill receivable account debit to consignee account. With this entry, consignee's account get closed. Now there is one another account is remaining to be closed, that is goods sent on consignment account. So closing that account, entry is goods sent on consignment account debit to purchases or to trading account. With this entry, the ledger accounts in the books of consignor get closed with posting all these journal entries. Now we are going to discuss the journal entries in the books of consignee. Earlier we have discussed journal entries in the books of consignor. Now we are going to discuss journal entries in the books of consignee. First, we need to know, as consignee opens only a personal account of the consignor in his financial books and passes the following entries. So, he is only going to open consignor's account. Okay. As you open consignor's account, some transactions needs to be posted. Journal entries will be: first transaction on remitting cash or accepting bill as an advance payment. So when he remits cash or accepts a bill, entry will be consignor's account debit to cash or bank or bills payable account. Okay. Second is on payment of expenses. He is making on behalf of consignor. So consignor's account debit to cash or bank account. Next, on making sales. First, if cash sale is made, cash or bank account debit to consignor's account. if credit sale is made, customer's account debit to consignor's account. Okay. For commission on sales, entry will be consignor's account debit to commission account. And for bad debts, if any, if Dale creditor commission is allowed, then bad debts account debit to customer's account. So these were the entries in the books of consignee. As well as the sale which is made on credit basis, commission account debit to bad debts account entry is to be posted. If suppose Dale creditor commission is not allowed, then consignor's account debit to customer's account entry is passed. And on paying cash or accepting bill for the balance due to consignor, sale proceeds balance. Okay. So consignor's account debit to cash or bank account or to bills payable account. Note should be considered. There is no need to pass entry for unsold goods laying with the consignee. Okay. So these were the entries in the books of consignee. Friends, as we know what is mean by cost. Cost is the total of expenditure on particular product or good. Cost is always less than its price because price means cost plus profit. When goods are invoiced above cost, of course always they are sent above cost. In some rare cases they will be sent at cost. When they are sent at above cost, that means all journal entries are going to be posted above cost. So it becomes difficult or it becomes necessary to find out what is the exact original profit or loss. Because when every entry is recorded at above price, then profit will be greater than the actual. Therefore, there is a need to cancel the excess amount which earlier we have recorded in the journal entries. So, for cancelling those excess amount, the entries need to be passed, and those entries are reverse entries of the original entries. First, to cancel the excess amount in the goods sent on consignment. The original entry was consignment account debit to goods sent on consignment. So reverse entry will be goods sent on consignment account debit to consignment account. Okay. We just reverse the entries and the amount will be excess amount over the cost. With that amount, entry is going to be posted. Second, to cancel excess amount in the closing stock, reverse entry. Original entry is consignment stock account debit to consignment. Reverse entry is consignment account debit to consignment stock reserve account. Okay. The consignment stock reserve account is shown by way of deduction from consignment stock account on the asset side of the balance sheet. At the beginning of the next period, reverse entry is passed. So for reverse entry, consignment stock reserve account is debited to consignment account. Consignment account will be credited. So opening stock is written on the debit side. Now you have to find out opening stock and closing stock. If any, reverse entry will be passed for cancelling the excess amount. Okay. So today, friends, we have learned and discussed journal entries to be passed in the books of consignor and consignee. As well as we have seen briefly the entry for goods sent above cost. In the next lecture, we are going to see practical problem. Okay. Thanks for attending lecture. Be present for the next session. If still you have any queries or questions, you can post it on our WhatsApp group. We will have a live demo if it is required, but it consumes a greater data amount, therefore we are uploading the lectures on the YouTube as per your convenience. Repeatedly you can watch. Okay, so if there is any difficulty, you may post it, message it on our group. Okay, and about the notes regarding the same, I will send a PDF or the pictures of the same. Thank you.